Welcome back, everybody. Well, nobody wants their hard-earned money to go to waste, of course, and it takes a lot of trust to give your money to someone else. But a recent survey suggests that only about half of the people trust a financial expert with their personal financial information. So joining us now to help you get over your fears is Matthew Holbrook from Country Financial. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
It's just true in general. I mean, if you look up money, almost Google it, the next word is almost always fear.
Yeah.
People just struggle to talk about it.
Yeah, now half the viewers aren't trusting me, so thanks for that lead-in.
But it does say a lot that people don't trust sometimes even the person they've selected to handle their money.
Yeah, and it comes down to more of just, okay, you're working hard to get to this retirement portion or place in your life, and it's who do I trust with this? And a lot of people have friends that they work with, and maybe that friend's not so good, but that's the only person you know, so that's who you work with. And it's just, it's hard. It's just hard.
Yeah, and I think the thing is people work so hard for their money, so it's hard to turn it over and trust somebody else to make decisions about it. But I also think people are always thinking about their own knowledge or level of skill as it relates to money, and so they're self-conscious about asking dumb questions. Yeah,
and a lot of people, when I talk to them, even like say with an employer 401k plan, they're fine sticking a lot of money into those things. So you can put up to what, 19,000 bucks into that thing, but they can't touch it till 59 and a half. So when I ask them to do things outside of there, it's kind of scary. But then I show them, okay, well, your money's locked up over here anyway, so why can't we do something on the side here? And I try to just keep them very liquid and get that money growing and doing something for them. But if something does happen, say 10 years from now, I don't want all that money just locked up in an employer plan. I need a safety net for them to be able to touch.
And I know there's some questions that you think are important to ask people so that you can best advise them. For example, what's your current income? And not only that, not where are you at right now, but where do you expect that to go in the coming years? Yeah,
and that's a big question, even with clients where, okay, so say you're making 100 grand right now, but you hate your job. Okay, a year from now, you might be taking a step back there and you might not land in that $100,000 role. So with that, if I know that, I know we're not going to set up different accounts just based off that person probably quitting the job on that. Or another example would be, so say a person's at a stepping stone job with a company where they offer a 401k. A lot of time within that program, they have a vesting option. So you need to be there 6 years before you get that money that they match you on. Well, if you're only going to be there 2 years, do you really want to put all your money into that? So I need to look at all those options. I have a team of experts that I work with, OJ and Kevin, where I send them stuff. They push up their glasses, they nerd out, and they put all the reports together, and then I analyze that and work from there. So it's more of taking that step, asking the right questions, and then figuring out what's best for each person because it is so different.
What about talking about a budget? I think it's that B word that nobody likes to get into, but I know you've talked about it before, and how important do you really think that is?
Very. But it takes work. I mean, it's not, okay, can you look at my past 2 months here and tell me what I'm doing? It's, I need you to look at the past 2 months, figure out what those categories are, because then only when you understand where your money's going can you actually change it. So if I tell you, okay, you're spending too much at restaurants, you're like, well, okay. But if you actually get to that conclusion on yourself and you want to make the change, then you're actually working to change it as opposed to me just yelling at you about it.
Well, and that gets to the financial challenges that we all face. And I'm sure for a lot of us there's some common themes, but probably for you understanding what poses people the most frustration or a source of aggravation is important too. Yeah,
and people come in and they say, okay, I wish I had more money on this, and usually I can look within a budget and find some dollars to work with and help that person out, but it's just asking those questions, but asking really good questions, I should say, where it gets them talking. Because if I'm doing all the talking, it's not going to help anybody.
What about how involved someone wants to be in the process and in making decisions? I'm sure that varies quite a bit. Yeah. Is that something you try to figure out?
Absolutely. I have, I won't say the names of clients on here, but I have some clients where they come in and they say, okay, I understand that, let's go, I'll talk to you next year. And there'll be some dollars, big dollars we're working with, but they don't want to be that involved on it. It's just more of, I trust you, let's go. Yep. I also have some people where it's like, and I see my caller ID, this person calling in again, and I know they're calling every 2 weeks. One guy calls, he's like, hey, we need to liquidate. I think the market's super high right now, and if I timed and made a spreadsheet of when he called in, it's not the best times to sell or even buy for that, but I just work with the client based off kind of what they need and what they want of me.
Because I'm sure you can be as involved as someone wants you to be, or include them more if that's something that they want to be part of the oversight of.
And I try to set something up where it's on autopilot, yes, but I'm touching with them quarterly and moving forward from there.
And I know you're so great too at talking about people, not just maybe their 401k and their investments, but also their life insurance. Where do you stand with that? What about all your other things that you need safe and secure before you look at where their money is?
Yeah, and everything kind of works together. Think of it like a big wheel and all those products. If one thing isn't set up the right way, well, then you kind of have a flat tire. So I want your tire to roll and continue on down the road.
I like that. You can email Matthew if that's more comfortable for you to talk about your money, or you can give him a call and set up an appointment. He'll meet you too, or you can visit him at his office, which is conveniently located in Shorewood. It's on North Oakland Avenue. There's the address. You can call him at 414-332-2137 or email him. You can do that confidentially and privately, matthew.holbrook@countryfinancial.com. Always a blast to see you.
Thank you.
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend. Go Brewers.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks again.